welcome back as we travel around the world of the MyndShare application. I do say around the world because we're going to be focusing on this video on the geography tools. When I click on the standard tools, it brings up that list. I clicked on geography. Now, if you watched the last video on literacy, I wasn't a big fan of those literacy tools. The geography toolbar, though, has a lot of great features that I think you might be interested in for your social studies classes. So let's take a look at them. On the geography toolbar, you have the 4 standard tools that you always have at the top. You've got the select tool, the erase tool, and then you have your writing tools. So if we take a look at the first toolbar, first option under geography, we have something called select map. The select map option allows me to click on any continent in the world. And what it allows me to do then is to zoom in on that area. So this brings up North America. I can then click again to zoom in even further on the United States. And what that does is it brings up all the states in the United States. From here, I could actually couple this with my writing tool if I wanted to write the names of the states on here. Or I could actually just click on the state, and you may not be able to see it from all the way over there, but the name of the state is popping up as I click on each one of them. So that's a really neat toolbar for geography. I can zoom out using the plus and the minus signs. I can also zoom in on any other part of the world. Here's Greenland. If I click on the different areas of Greenland, it tells me what states or provinces those are as well. Africa, I can zoom right in on there. Here is the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and I can see different parts of that, Ecuador, etc. So I find that to be a very neat tool for those of you teaching geography. The next one is an awesome tool. This one brings up Google Maps. Now, your IFP should be connected to the internet. So what this allows me to do, let's say I'm in a morning meeting with one of my early kindergarten classes, or I want to zoom in on for geography for map skills. It brings up Google Maps right on my screen, and I can actually type in an address. Let's say I want to type in, we'll type in central office. And what it does is it zooms right in like you would on Google Maps on your computer, right into where that address is. And I can click on satellite, and it brings up the satellite view. So right now, I am going to drag over, and I can zoom in on the Medford Board of Education. There it is. Or I can bring over and see Kirby's Mill Elementary School right there. And I'm going to leave that up there because the next feature that you can do on here is the weather icons, which is on the geography toolbar. I could actually say, it's always sunny in Medford, or it's Monday, and rainy days and Mondays always get me down. So if you're doing weather with your students in your morning meetings, you can actually zoom out if you want to. We can get out of the satellite view. We could actually zoom out and get a nice picture of all of New Jersey, or if we wanted to, the entire country. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but if you bring up the whole country, and we can kind of do our own weather report for different parts of the country using the weather symbols and the Google Maps icon on the geography toolbar. So let's go ahead and delete those. The next one we actually went over in a prior video. This is just your thermometer and allows you to do conversions. If I type in the Fahrenheit, it allows me to convert it to Celsius. It also allows me to push it out to the students if I want them to learn the formula for the conversions. It allows me to push it out to the students' Chromebooks. They answer, and I get results automatically on how they did with that. And then the last toolbar, the last option on this toolbar, we've also looked at before, and that is basically a quick way to create a graph. If I come over here and I type in for the x-axis, let's say I put in on the x-axis a month and number of students. And let's say I want to do a graph of the number of students who have a birthday in any given month. So what I can do now is I can type for a month, I can type January 3, February 5, March 12, and I'm not going to continue, but that's the idea. And then if I click Generate Graph, it actually generates the graph for me so that I can actually, it's a lot easier to do the graph using that than maybe for you, than maybe going for Excel or Google Sheets, just typing in the names of the axes and then the data underneath, and it generates that graph for you. So that's a nice little feature as well. So those are all the tools under your geography toolbar in the MyndShare application.